Hello world, boyfriend back with another pickup video, another booty bonanza. And I'll tell you, I am way behind right now. So this one is the Game On Expo pickups. I still gotta do the SoCal Retro Gaming Expo. I got another pickup video besides that. Girlfriend's gotta do her pickups, so just be ready for a bunch of pickup videos coming up soon. All right? So yeah, like I said, this is the Game On Expo pickup video. I got a bunch of stuff. It was such a fun time hanging out with Vintage and NESComplex. Of course, Girlfriend came with, which was amazing. I always love when she gets to come to the conventions. This was our second convention together. Very exciting. And she got plenty of goodies too, and she's gonna get her own pickup video. But I'm gonna do mine right now, and let's just jump right into it. Okay, so first off, I gotta give props to Super Video Game Brothers. They showed up at the Game On Expo. They actually put on the SoCal Retro Gaming Expo, but they were at the Game On Expo. They had an awesome booth with like a spin wheel where you could like win prizes and stuff, and I won a prize. I won this giant Pikachu card. How awesome is that? It's you know what's funny to me is it's on the back here. I don't know if you can see. You see that? It says not for play use. Who's gonna like throw this down and no one's gonna say anything about, like, if you're playing Pokemon, who's gonna be like, I'm gonna play this Pikachu, and they're like, first of all, you'd be like, why are you playing a giant card? Second of all, who's gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna allow that. Like, who's gonna be a wiener like that? I don't know. I just think it's really funny. And yeah, Pikachu, so Pokemon, that's all hot right now, right? That's in with the Pokemon Go and the kids. Okay, so. Oh gosh, where to begin? I got a couple Nintendo Powers. I was surprised. I kind of went to the convention with the thought in mind, like, I'm gonna look for a lot of Nintendo Powers because it's just getting harder and harder to find them, I feel. And I only ended up finding two that I needed. There wasn't a whole lot of vendors that even had Nintendo Powers, which backs up my my point. So, but I did end up finding Volume 141 with Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons, and Oracle of Ages on the cover. And then I found, this is a cool one, 158 with, it's like an E3 wrap-up from 2002 or something like that. Anyway, so I found those two, so that's cool. Thank you. Girlfriend's sneaking away because she's making sure that this looks good. Say hi, girlfriend!
Hi!
There you go. She doesn't like to be on camera unless she has to. Right, girlfriend?
Yeah.
So, like I said, we were hanging out with Vintage, and he took us to this awesome place called Bookman's. And I think it's kind of like an Arizona exclusive store, but it's the coolest thing in the world. It's like Goodwill, but just for nerdy cool stuff. So toys and games and music and movies and books. They got it all. And he took us there one night, and I could have just spent hours there. My mind was blown when we walked in. I had such a fun time there. And we did end up finding a lot of cool stuff. Like this guy. I found the official Nintendo Power Player's Guide for Star Fox 64. And again, thank you, Eric Martin of Auburn, California. What was once yours is now mine. So this is awesome. I love these, like, player's guides, and Star Fox 64. Come on, you gotta get that one. That one was cool, and it's complete. It's got like the poster and stuff in it, so that's always a bonus. What else did I get at Bookman's? Okay, so they had toys, and now I don't normally show toys, especially if it's not like video game related. But since I got this on the trip to the Game On Expo, I'm gonna show it anyway. You guys know I love Star Trek, right? Well, I found a couple action figures. I'm trying to collect the whole TNG bridge crew. And I only have two left that I needed. Now I only have one left. But I found Dr. Beverly Crusher. Yeah, look at that. So who can go wrong? This was like $2. $2, come on. Beverly Crusher. I still need Worf, and I guess Wesley. I still need Wesley too. But I was excited to find Beverly Crusher. And then, you guys know that I'm obsessed with Will Riker. He's my favorite character on that show. Beard! It's like the thing I always talk about in the Star Trek videos that I make. But I didn't realize that for the first season of Star Trek TNG, Galoob actually had the rights to the toys, where Playmates had it, I think, season 2 and on. But so the first season, they had all this whole different line of toys. And I ended up finding, get this, a beardless Riker. Holy crap! Now, I have to say, I probably prefer the Playmates ones. They're a little bit bigger. This is like, what, 3.5 inch, kind of almost G.I. Joe size. But dude, Beardless Riker, come on. That's amazing. I feel like this is such a rare find. I'm very excited about this. And you can even see, look at that, $2, 2 smackaroonies for this. That's great. And it's funny, the only woman that you can get from season 1 is Tasha Yar. You can't get Crusher or Troy. What's up with that, galoob? So anyway, that was pretty cool. And then, I don't think I got any... No, I did get a game. But I'll get to that in a sec. Yeah, so Bookman's, great place. See, got a bag. There's a couple more goodies in here that I just stored in there. But yeah, Bookman's, great place. Check it out if you're ever in the Phoenix area or maybe Arizona. I'm not sure. So yeah, so back to the convention. Retro Liberty. Retro Liberty, they always put on awesome panels. If you ever go to one of these conventions and Retro Liberty is doing a panel, go to it. It's awesome. They forego the whole Q&A thing, and they usually do just like a giant game. So it's really fun. And they had intended on doing a different game this time than what they normally do, which is like an audio game. But due to some technical difficulties, they ended up having to do the same old game that they always do, which I love anyway. It's super fun. They play video game music, piece of music from any video game, usually retro, but and then they have people line up and every person gets a new song, and if you guess it, you get to get a prize. And they set up a table full of prizes, and I actually, I was sitting right in front, and I went first to kind of get the ball rolling. And it's so funny because like when they're like, oh, come line up, nobody lines up. But then as soon as one person lines up, everybody lines up. And then like, you can't even get in line anymore because it's so long. So, so anyway, I went first to get the ball rolling, and what did I get? What was the music that I had? I think it was Super Metroid, I think is what I got. Is that what I got? Do you remember the music I got? She doesn't know. Well, anyway, I think I got Super Metroid, and I ended up walking away with this Tiger handheld Mortal Kombat Tiger handheld. You know, I felt a little guilty because I felt like they were going to start me off with an easy one, and they did have some really cool prizes up there. They had like Contra Hardcore and stuff, but I felt like since I was the first one, they were going to kind of throw me a softball, get the ball rolling, show everybody that this is fun and cool, so I didn't want to take like one of the cool expensive games. But I thought this was awesome, and I was like, Tiger handhelds, hard to come by, and a fighting game kind of goes well on a Tiger handheld, I think, and it's pretty fun. I think you can play as, it's really weird, you can play as, what is it, Liu Kang and, I don't know, Liu Kang and someone else, I think. I don't know. Anyway, but thank you, Retro Liberty. Awesome panel as always. Check those guys out. Then, let's just get to some games. So, picked up one NES game. Been looking for this for a while, but I didn't want to get it unless I got it for a good deal. Oh, I gotta say that too. There were some good deals at Game On Expo. All these games, I don't think I paid the asking price for any of these games. I think I haggled and got a good deal, if there wasn't already a good deal. And this is one of those games, and that is Super C. So obviously the sequel to Contra. This is going to be controversially added to the Nintendo Mini. A lot of people wanted the first one. They gave us Super C. Who knows the reasoning behind that? I like Super C. I think it's great, and like it plays just like the first Contra. Who doesn't want more Contra? You know, and these are some of the best two-player co-op games you can play on the original Nintendo, so I'm very excited about finding Super C, and it's in fantastic condition. I got a DS game I was looking for, and you've heard me talk about this series before. I'm very excited to dive into this one. It's Mario vs. Donkey Kong Miniland Mayhem. Now, this game series is so fun. It's an action platformer, or no, sorry, puzzle platformer series, and I think this one plays a little bit differently compared to the other ones, but I cannot recommend this series enough. It started on Game Boy, the original Game Boy with Donkey Kong. Game Boy Advance gave us Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Was there another one on Game Boy Advance? I'm not sure. But then there's like a couple on the DS. Really fun. Check it out if you get a chance. Good pick up and play game. Oh yes. This I got for a great deal. It's got like that void sticker on the front and some sort of marker or something, but Jet Force Gemini. Everybody always talks about this game. I've never played it before, but I found it for $5. That's a good deal in my book. So I picked it up, and I'm excited to try it out. I don't have a huge N64 collection, but I was happy to add this, and we'll give it a try and see if it lives up to all the hype that everybody talks about it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so, got a couple shirts. I always like to grab shirts, especially if it's supporting other YouTubers, which I finally got to meet the Game Chasers at Game On Expo. Great guys. 8-Bit Eric I got to also meet. These guys are all great. They live up to your expectations. They're really nice, really friendly. You can just approach them, talk to them, and so it was really fun to meet them. So I had to pick up a shirt, and I have been trying to add a little bit more color to my wardrobe. I have a lot of black shirts. Nothing wrong with black shirts, but I want to get a little bit more color. So I picked up their Caught 'em Slippin' shirt, which yellow, obviously, and yeah, I like this shirt. So I was excited to add this to my wardrobe. And then I got another shirt, and now I cannot speak highly enough about these guys. These guys had one of the best booths at Game On Expo. I think I bought my first game there and my last game from them, and that is Black Box Gaming. So Kevin and his crew from Black Box Gaming, they're a local store, or they're a local in Arizona store, but they had, and their tagline is, gosh, I hope you can see this, keep retro gaming alive. So that's awesome, and they really pushed that at the convention. They got YouTubers saying it, and I like that they got a little catchphrase. That's cool. But Kevin was so cool, and he was so willing to haggle and work out a good price. I mean, he's that kind of store owner who loves helping other collectors. You know, it's not about getting the most bang for your buck to him, you know, like getting the most money. If you're another collector, he wants to help you out, and he was so cool about it. He gave both Girlfriend and I great deals. And we, you know, that sort of word also, that gets around at a convention, you know, like you hear from other people, what's the booth to check out? Well, Black Box Gaming kept coming up and kept coming up. Everybody talked about it because they gave great deals. They were super friendly, super nice, and they had good stuff. And so, yeah, like I said, they couldn't have been nicer to us, and I was really happy that I got to meet them, and hopefully we'll get to see them again. So thank you, Kevin and Black Box Gaming. Okay. What do I want to do for my creme de la creme? I'll do Super Nintendo games first. Okay, so found a lot. I ended up picking up NHL 97. So I'm starting to get to that point where I got to just get these sports games. And I went there with the intent of getting more sports games. I didn't find a whole lot, especially with like good labels. So I was a little disappointed in that, but that's okay. I also got NHL 96, which, you know, gotta knock that one out. NHL 96, 97, and that was it for the sports games. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. I got Super James Pond, which is kind of a platformer. You know, they're a dime a dozen on the Super Nintendo. It's okay. Nothing to write home about. Battle Cars, which, oh gosh, I played this for a second. It's kind of like, no, I don't remember. I can't remember if you race in it or if it's just like Twisted Metal where you're kind of beating up other cars. I can't remember. Mode 7 graphics though, I bet. Looney Tunes game, Roadrunners Death Valley Rally. So trying to knock out those Looney Tunes games. And here's another one, Tasmania. So I think the only one I have left now, no, I have a couple. I think I still need the Daffy Duck game and Acme Animation Factory. Metal Combat, Falcon's Revenge. Now this is a Super Scope game. I think one of the better ones too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think people like this one. I don't know. I don't bust out the Super Scope that often. Ooh, this is a good one. Vortex. Why is this a good one? Well, first of all, it's really weird. Let me explain it. It's kind of Star Fox. It's kind of like Star Fox. Mode 7. You're flying through space. You're shooting other robots, I think, and like, you know, stuff like that. But the reason it's important is it's the last game that I needed that starts with the letter V, which means subset complete. Boom! Got all the V's. All right. Uh-oh. So we got Power Rangers Zeo Battle Racers, which was the last Power Rangers game I needed, which means subset complete. Boom! Got all the Power Ranger games. All right. Oh, here was a harder one to find. Ultima, the Black Gate. Now that's kind of an uncommon game. Unfortunately, I still need one more Ultima game, so I cannot say what I want to say so bad. But Ultima, the Black Gate. This is one I've been looking for forever, and I found it. I passed on it a long time ago, and I regretted it because it's kind of hard to track down. And that is Supernova. So that's a Taito shooter. Taito games are always pretty fun, and shooter games, there isn't that many on the Super Nintendo that are worth their spit. But I think this one's okay. It's okay. I would play it again. And then I put a couple in cases. I got Prince of Persia 2. Last Prince of Persia game I needed on the Super Nintendo. Boom! Got all the Prince of Persia games. There's only 2 of them. Prince of Persia 1 and 2. But I got them now. And then this is one I've been looking for a while too. Packy and Marlin. So if you don't know anything about this game, this is another one of those health educational games. Much like Captain Novolin, this one's also about diabetes. So, except instead of starring a superhero, where his superpower is diabetes, this stars 2 elephants, Packy and Marlin. So, yeah, there you go. Those games are neat. It's such a weird little oddity. And then I got 2 more Super Nintendo games. And one of them, every time I go to a convention, I make it a point to try and pick up a repro cart. And this is a game I've been looking for forever, and I love the label on it. This has got to be one of the coolest labels that I've seen on a repro, and it's really nice. I mean, it is really well done. And that is Mega Man and Bass. So obviously, I love the Mega Man games. This never came out in America. It makes no sense to me. It came out on the Game Boy Advance, but this is the Super Nintendo version, which came out in Europe and Japan only, I believe. This has got to be the hardest Mega Man game of that era. I mean, and in general, I mean, it is so freaking hard. It took me forever. I beat it with Mega Man. I got all the way to Dr. Wily. Spoiler alert, he's the final boss. Not really a spoiler alert. Got all the way to Dr. Wily with Bass. Just couldn't beat him. Got frustrated because it takes about an hour to do the whole last level and get to Dr. Wily. And I was just like, I'm not doing it again. I can't do it again. So, I don't know if I'll go back to it and try and beat it with Bass, but I love the game. It's super fun. And like I said, look at that label. That is a freaking nice label. Wow, yeah, so cool. And then, wow. Can't believe I finally own this game. This is insane. Anybody who collects Super Nintendo or knows anything about Super Nintendo, get ready. Because I own Aero Fighters. Dun, dun, dun. It's a reproduction. Yeah. So, Vintage Video Game Geek gave me this. And to his credit, it's a real working reproduction. And it's great. It's Aero Fighters, which is one of the most expensive games for the Super Nintendo. So, unfortunately, I still need that one. But thank you, Vintage Video Game Geek, for adding this to my collection. It's a good placeholder. And it's a fun game. Plus, you can play 2 players. So, 2-player shooters are always fun. And this is worth its spit. So, yeah, thank you, Vintage Video Game Geek. He tried to trick me, but I saw right through it right away. I was like, oh, this plastic doesn't feel real. And one thing you can tell about repros, or some of them, is like they don't have real screws. They have like plastic screws. I don't know if you can see right there, instead of metal. So very easy to tell. Anyway, thank you, Vintage Video Game Geek. And the creme de la creme. This was just awesome because Kevin from Black Box Gaming, who I mentioned before, hooked me up with this big time. I asked how much he wanted for it. I'm not going to say how much I paid, but he gave me an amazing deal. Way below the asking price. And that just goes to show how awesome Kevin is. And I've been trying to, this is a collection that's kind of slowly been building since Portland last year. But I picked up the ColecoVision Expansion Module 1. So, if you don't know, what this did is it hooked on to your ColecoVision. You can see right there, and hopefully you can see that. It hooks onto the front of your ColecoVision, and it allows you to play Atari 2600 games on your ColecoVision. So Coleco was kind of ahead of the curve at the time, thinking, hey, why try and get away from the competition? We know people are going to get Atari 2600 games. Let's just let them play it on our system too. you know, makes the Coleco system that much better, the ColecoVision that much better. And it's just a cool, you know, and I got it in box. I mean, it's got the styrofoam and everything in it, complete directions. So yeah, really cool. Happy to add this to the collection. And again, thank you, Kevin and Black Box Gaming, and thank you everyone. Thank you, John Gamester81, who organizes that. Jason Heine. Whoever else organizes a Game On Expo. It was so much fun. If you guys get a chance, go to it next year. He does it in August, and it's been getting bigger and bigger. Bigger and better every year. I didn't get to go last year. Went this year. This was the second one. Next year will be the 3rd annual, and I hope to see you guys there because I'm definitely going to be there again. And that's it. That's all I got. So lots of shout outs, lots of games, lots of fun. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more pickup videos on the way. Take care. Until next time, boyfriend out. Girlfriend, you gotta shut off the camera.